In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Throughout history, many wars have been fought, but one war changed the face of humanity forever. That was World War II, the Second Great War. It began in 1939 and lasted until 1945. For 6 long years, the world burned in fire, and millions of lives turned to dust. This war began with the leader of Germany, Adolf Hitler. Hitler was a man obsessed with power. He dreamed of building a new Germany, a nation where only his vision ruled. In 1939, he invaded Poland, and that single act threw the entire world into war. On one side stood the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan. On the other side, the Allied powers, America, Britain, France, the Soviet Union, and China. The world was divided in two, and humanity was trapped in between. Every day in Europe was a scene of death and destruction. Bombs rained from the skies. Cities burned. Children cried, and mothers' faces were covered in ashes. But Hitler didn't just fight a war. He wrote another chapter of cruelty, known to the world as the Holocaust. Millions of Jews and others were locked in concentration camps. Hunger, cold, and torture froze their blood, and the world watched in silence. Then in 1941, Japan attacked the American city of Pearl Harbor without warning. America responded, and now the war truly became a world war. Battleships sank in the oceans, fighter planes clashed in the skies, and soldiers on the ground faced death every single day. For a soldier, war was not just bullets and bombs, it was a prayer each morning, hoping to see home again. In his pocket, he carried a picture of his mother, and in his heart, a wish that maybe tomorrow there would be peace. In 1944, the Allied forces struck back against Germany. Hitler's army collapsed, and by 1945, Germany surrendered. Hitler refused to accept defeat and took his own life. But the war was still not over, because Japan continued to fight. Then America made a decision that would scar humanity forever. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The sky lit up brighter than the sun, but the earth fell into darkness. In a single moment, everything ended. People, cities, and life itself turned to ashes. Over 70 million lives were lost in World War II. Every home lost someone, every mother lost her son, and every child lost their childhood. The world learned a painful truth, that power and hatred together bring nothing but destruction. But from this devastation came a thought. Enough. No more wars. And from that thought was born the United Nations, UN, an effort to guide the world back toward peace. World War II destroyed humanity, but it also taught us something, that man was not created for war, but for justice, peace, and love. This is the story of a war, where mankind set the world on fire and from those ashes built a new world again.